All right. Did you see that? Victor Wembanyama, 50 points against the Wizards.
Yeah.
8 threes. I mean, he had it all going on.
It was insane.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, just another crazy scoring night in the NBA, right? But trust me, this deep dive, this is about way more than that. We're going to break down how this game, Wembanyama's insane performance, it all shows us exactly what the CP3 effect is.
It really does.
Are you ready to see how Chris Paul, 39 years old, by the way, is shaping this young Spurs team and maybe, just maybe, rewriting their future?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's dive in.
What's wild is that this one game, it's like a snapshot of everything that's exciting in the NBA right now.
Oh, yeah.
You got Wembanyama, the young phenom, making history.
Yeah.
And then you got CP3, the veteran strategist, just defying all expectations.
Right.
And together, they've got the Spurs, looking like contenders way earlier than anyone predicted.
All right. Set the scene for me. Frostbank Center, San Antonio, what's the energy like?
Oh, man. Electric. You could just feel the anticipation, Everyone knew Wembanyama was special, but no one expected this.
Right.
He was unstoppable, hitting threes, fadeaways, driving to the basket. It was like watching a video game.
And the stats back it up, right?
Oh, yeah.
50 points.
Yeah.
8 3-pointers at 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's got to put him in some pretty elite company.
Absolutely. He's only the 8th player in Spurs history to hit 50 and the 4th youngest in NBA history to do it.
Wow.
We're talking about a level of scoring dominance we haven't seen in a long time.
So walk me through the game. Was it a blowout from the start, or did things get tense?
It was a back-and-forth battle for most of the game.
Okay.
And the Wizards, they actually almost clawed their way back in the fourth quarter, closing the gap to just 6 points.
Ooh.
You could feel the tension rising in the arena.
All right, so this is where things get really interesting. This is where we see the CP3 effect in action, right?
Exactly. Everyone's talking about Wembanyama's 50 points,
Right.
but Chris Paul, he really orchestrated this win.
So what did he do? Did he drop a triple-double, take over scoring?
Nah, it wasn't about flashy stats. He had a solid 9 points, 11 assists, but it was more about his leadership, his decision-making in those crucial moments.
I see.
He made this risky layup, even with his history of, elbow injuries. Then he dishes a clutch assist to Devin Vassell, and even had like a near conflict with another player over possession.
Really?
All because he was determined to win.
So it's about more than just putting up those big numbers, huh?
Right.
It's about making the right plays, leading the team, not backing down when the pressure's on.
Precisely. And that, in a nutshell, is the CP3 effect.
Okay.
It's about elevating the entire team's performance through leadership, basketball IQ, and just sheer will to win.
The CP3 effect, man, people keep mentioning it, but what does it really mean? Can you break it down for us?
Think of it like this. Everywhere Chris Paul goes, teams get better. It's not just a coincidence.
Okay.
Like, let's go back to his time with the Hornets. He turned role players into stars. Took their win percentage from 22% all the way to 46%.
Wow.
That's a massive jump.
Huge difference. So he's like a coach on the court then, bring the best out of everybody around him.
More than that, he's like a floor general. Sees the game differently, understands the flow, knows how to put his teammates in positions to succeed. Remember Lob City with the Clippers?
Oh, yeah?
He was the architect of that high-flying offense, and their win percentage jumped from 39% to over 60% in his first season there.
Wow. Okay, so he can make good teams great. But what about teams that are struggling? Can he turn things around for them too?
That's what's so fascinating about him. He can adapt to any situation. Take the Rockets, for instance. They were already a good team, but with CP3, they became almost unstoppable, reached a 79% win percentage.
Jeez.
It's crazy to think what could have been if not for that unfortunate injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was rough.
Mm-hmm.
So even on a team that was already stacked, he still found a way to make them even better. That's incredible.
And it doesn't stop there. He took the rebuilding Thunder to the playoffs against all odds.
Right.
Then he goes to the Suns, transforms Devin Booker and the team culture, leads them to their most successful season ever. And just last season, with the Warriors, he embraced a bench role and still managed to elevate their young talent.
So we've seen him turn bad teams into good teams into great teams, and even help already great teams reach new heights. That's a pretty impressive track record.
It is. And now
Yeah.
he's doing it again with the Spurs. Remember, this is a team that was projected to be in the lottery this season. But with CP3 at the helm, they're already at .500 just 12 games in.
Wait, so they're already exceeding expectations.
Yeah.
With a rookie superstar and a 39-year-old point guard. That's crazy. What's the secret sauce? Is it just about his skills on the court, or is there something more to it?
Oh, it's a combination of things. His basketball IQ, off the charts.
Yeah.
Like a chess master out there,
Yeah.
always thinking 2-3 moves ahead. And then there's the leadership. He commands respect, not just because of his accomplishments, but because of, the way he carries himself, the way he mentors his teammates, and the way he holds everyone accountable.
So it's not just about talent, it's about character and leadership.
Exactly. And he's not afraid to be vocal.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that near conflict he had with Jordan Poole in the closing minutes of that Wizards game?
Oh, yeah. You could see the fire in his eyes.
Yeah.
He was not giving up that ball.
Right.
At 39 years old, he's still got that competitive edge.
That's what separates him from so many other players. He's not content with just being good. He wants to win.
Yeah.
And he's willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. And his teammates, they feed off that energy.
I bet that's got to be inspiring for the young guys.
Oh, yeah.
Especially someone like Wembanyama, who's just starting his career.
Imagine having Chris Paul as your mentor, showing you the ropes, teaching you the nuances of the game, and pushing you to reach your full potential. That's a priceless education.
It's interesting you mention that, because before Paul joined the Spurs, a lot of people thought it was just going to be a pit stop before retirement.
Right.
Chance to play for Coach Pop, mentor Wembanyama for a year or two, and then call it a day.
Right.
But now, it looks like he might have one last run left in him.
And wouldn't that be something? To see CP3 lead this young, hungry Spurs team back to the playoffs, maybe even make a deep run. It's a long shot, but with him, you can never rule anything out.
The Western Conference is tough.
Yeah.
But with Wembanyama's scoring, CP3's leadership, Coach Pop's system, they could definitely surprise some people.
Yeah.
What do you think the ceiling is for this Spurs team? Are we getting ahead of ourselves talking about championships?
It's too early to say, for sure.
Okay.
But the potential, definitely there. They've got a unique blend of youth and experience, talent and leadership, and the chemistry they're developing. Undeniable.
So how exactly is CP3 mentoring these young guys? What specific things is he doing to help them improve?
It's everything from on-court coaching during games to off-court film sessions, one-on-one conversations. He's teaching them how to read defenses, how to make the right passes, how to stay composed under pressure. Basically, all the things that have made him so successful throughout his career.
And it's not just about Wembanyama, right? He's impacting the entire roster.
Absolutely. Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sokan, they're all showing significant improvement under his guidance. He's helping them refine their skills, understand the nuances of the game, and play with a level of composure and maturity beyond their years.
You know, remember when everyone was doubting Wembanyama's ability to shoot the three? Paul was the one who kept encouraging him, telling him to trust his shot. And now he's knocking down threes with confidence.
That's the power of mentorship right there. Seeing the potential in someone, even when they might not see it themselves, and then nurturing that potential, guiding them towards greatness. And that's what Paul is doing with this entire Spurs team.
So it sounds like the CP3 effect isn't just about X's and O's. It's about building a culture of excellence, instilling a winning mentality.
Exactly. Raising the bar for everyone around him. And that's why he's been able to have such a profound impact on every team he's played for.
It's fascinating how one player can have such a ripple effect throughout an entire organization. But let's not forget about the other key piece of this equation, Coach Greg Popovich. We haven't really touched on his absence and what it means for the team.
You're right, Coach Pop's recent mild stroke. Big deal.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that basketball isn't everything, and we all wish him a speedy recovery.
Of course.
But his absence, it definitely creates a void in the team's leadership structure.
Especially with such a young team. I can only imagine how unsettling it must be for them to have their legendary coach suddenly sidelined.
Absolutely. This is where CP3's leadership becomes even more crucial. He's the steady hand guiding the ship, the voice of experience that everyone can turn to.
So it's almost like he's filling two roles now, veteran point guard A&D coach on the court.
In a way, yeah. He's always been a vocal leader, but now he's stepping up even more, providing guidance and support to both the players and the coaching staff.
And let's not forget about the coaching staff that Pop has assembled over the years.
Right.
They're experienced, they know the system, they're more than capable of stepping up in his absence.
It's a testament to the culture that Coach Pop has built in San Antonio. It's about teamwork, it's about trust, and it's about having that next man up mentality.
So even though Pop's not physically present, his influence is still felt throughout the organization.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Spurs have been able to handle his absence so well.
Yeah.
They've got a strong foundation built on years of success and a deep understanding of what it takes to win.
So we've got this amazing mix of factors at play here.
We do.
Wembanyama's historic performance, CP3's leadership and mentorship, Coach Pop's system and culture. It's all coming together to create something truly special in San Antonio.
It really is.
But there's one more thing we need to address. The CP3 effect itself. What makes it so unique? Is it something that can be replicated, or is it specific to Chris Paul?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it about Chris Paul that makes him such a catalyst for success?
Right.
Is it something you can teach? Or is it just, this innate quality that he possesses?
It's a bit of both, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain aspects of his game that you can learn, right?
Sure.
The court vision, the passing skills, the understanding of offensive schemes. But then there's that intangible element.
Right.
The leadership, the competitiveness, the unwavering belief in himself and his teammates. That's harder to replicate.
It is.
So you're saying it's like a combination of nature and nurture.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the raw talent, but he's also cultivated these leadership qualities over years of experience.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's been through countless battles, faced adversity, and come out on top. He's learned from the best coaches, played with some of the greatest players, and experienced both the highs and lows of a long NBA career. All of that has shaped him into the leader he is today.
And that experience is invaluable to a young team like the Spurs.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like having another coach on the court, someone who can guide them through those tough moments, show them what it takes to win at the highest level.
That's why I think the CP3 effect is so much more than just stats or wins,
Yeah.
It's about building a winning culture, instilling a sense of accountability, and inspiring players to reach their full potential. And that's something that transcends any particular team or system.
So it's not just about Chris Paul. It's about the ripple effect he creates, the way he elevates everyone around him and helps them become better versions of themselves.
Exactly. He's not trying to be the hero. He's trying to empower his teammates to be heroes. And that's a rare quality in today's NBA where so much emphasis is placed on individual stardom.
It's almost like he's passing the torch, sharing his knowledge and experience with the next generation. And in doing so, he's not just impacting this Spurs team, he's impacting the future of the league.
That's a great way to put it. He's leaving a legacy that extends far beyond his own playing career. And that's what makes this whole story so compelling.
We've got Wembanyama, this generational talent, bursting onto the scene. We've got CP3 defying father time and proving that experience and leadership are still invaluable. And we've got the Spurs exceeding all expectations and showing the world that anything is possible when you have the right mix of talent, guidance, and belief.
It's a perfect storm, and it's happening right before our eyes, and who knows how far it can go. Maybe they win a championship, maybe they don't. But one thing's for sure. This Spurs team is going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come.
And it all started with that 50-point game, a moment that not only showcased Wembanyama's incredible potential, but also highlighted the transformative power of the CP3 effect. It's a reminder that basketball is more than just a game. It's a story of mentorship, resilience, and the pursuit of greatness.
Beautifully said. And that's what makes this deep dive so rewarding.
Yeah.
We've gone beyond the headlines, beyond the stats, and discovered the heart and soul of what makes NBA so captivating.
So as we wrap things up, I got to ask you, what are you watching for next? What's the next chapter in this unfolding saga?
For me, it's all about the interplay between Wembanyama's development and CP3's leadership.
Okay, yeah.
Can Wemby continue to grow under Paul's tutelage? Can they sustain this early success and turn it into something truly special? And how will Coach Pop's eventual return impact the team dynamic?
Those are all great questions, and I guess only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, we're witnessing something special in San Antonio, a story that's still being written.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Absolutely. This is why we love the NBA, the drama, the unpredictability, the human stories that play out on the court. And the Spurs team, they're a microcosm of all of that.
So for all you listeners out there, keep your eyes on the San Antonio Spurs. This is a team on a mission, and they just might rewrite the script on what it takes to win in today's NBA. Until next time, keep diving deep.